the work site on the first day was the ramp, which was just a road where they had set up a distribution center for those in need. You could find anything from baby formula to clothes to food to animal feed. We gave out chicken feed to a couple families. Cleaning supplies, bleach, anything that somebody could need was there. And so on the first day, we manned that station. It had previously been manned by the National Guard or other volunteers, but we showed up and took that job of organizing it. It happened to be raining that day. It was pouring rain, and we stood out in the rain, and people would come and say, "This is what I need." And we would give them what they needed.
On Monday, we started out working on a ramp, a distribution ramp, and we gave out like supplies to people in need. We got it really affected really hard by all the flooding, and we gave out like anywhere from feminine products to kids' diapers, toys, food, bleach, cleaning supplies, personal hygiene items, and shovels, mops, brooms, dog food, and gave out everything.
And Tuesday through Thursday, we were at Pat and Skip's house, and we helped to muck their house because their patio and their basement was full of mud.
Mucking is getting all the mud out, which there was a lot, but the basement had already been done, so most of it had already been done, and it only took part of the day to muck out. So, and then the rest of the time we were gutting out the house, taking out the insulation and drywall, mainly, and all the nails.
The water went all the way up 5 feet on the walls in their first floor, so it totally engulfed their basement and half of their first floor. So basically we just went in and gutted everything down to the studs. The house we went to on Tuesday was markedly different than the house we left on Thursday. It was all studs. We had ripped and torn and thrown away everything. And it wasn't just drywall. And this is a very, very old home. There was lots of old wood underneath drywall, underneath paneling that was very difficult to get off. The floors are going to have to be taken out as well. We didn't get a chance to do that, but there's just so much work that still needs to be done. But they were so grateful.
Me and Katie, I think, was talking to Pat, and she was telling us that she didn't really, she went to church, but she didn't like study her Bible and all that stuff. And she said that she started praying for help, and we came, even though that's not really what we were going there to do. And she said that God showed her that he's actually there. So she said that she's gonna start reading her Bible more and all that. So I guess God showed up right there.
One of the first things I did when I got out of the van was I just looked out into the river because the house we were working was right next to the riverbank, and there was a Rose of Sharon bush, and everything else had been destroyed, at least from what I saw at that point. But there was a Rose of Sharon bush with one bloom on it, and I took a picture, and it just reminded me of the hope that we have in Jesus Christ. The Holy Spirit was still there. Yes, there was devastation. Yes, there was loss. Yes, there was hurt, but His presence never left, and He never really leave us or forsake us. And that's what spoke to me. It was just that hope. I know it was small and seemingly insignificant, just one bloom on what some people consider a weed, but it just really spoke to me that there's hope. There's hope for rebuild and restoration.
Wednesday night we watched a video about this wood carver, and he made a drum out of a log, and then they had us take a chisel and a hammer. They had us chisel a piece of wood out and throw that in a box, and that was supposed to represent like sin or like something we come back to.
On one of the days, we all went up and we chiseled out a piece of wood from this big tree stump, and that represented us leaving our like addictions and stuff behind that help separate us from God.
And then the other one was Thursday night, was our foot washing ceremony, and that was powerful to me because I got to see how closely knit the kids were to each other, and I was holding it together and I didn't cry until Hannah prayed for Cindy, and she said, thank you God for this woman who you put in my life to adopt me. And that was just really cool to see Hannah's maturity, and to hear her pray for her mom was really special.
Yeah, I know. Feet in water, somebody washes it. Get it. Really wasn't a big fan of the idea. Sticking my feet in water, having somebody wash my feet, or me washing somebody else's feet. I didn't want to do it. I gotta be honest. You know, I've been at this Jesus thing for 40 plus years and didn't want to go there. There was one chair in the middle of the room with the basin with the water in it and the cloths there that we could use to wash the feet. The moment I saw that, I started crying because I knew this was going to be something that I needed to do. The longer it went, the more emotional I got. It was just we left as 15 individuals. And through the different things that we did that week, and through doing that foot washing, it wasn't about washing the feet. It was about making that personal connection with each other, and about sharing our hearts with 15 individuals that had become, or 14 other individuals that had become our family in a matter of 3 or 4 days.
I would say that the most difficult part of the trip was leaving, because I just kept wanting to do more and I felt guilty for leaving.
Or when we had to leave, because there was so much more that we still had to do at their house, and to tear out flooring and stuff. And when we got there, it was, wow, we have a lot of work that we have to go on this house. But I think the harder one was probably when we had to leave.
Not being able to muck.
Why?
Because, I mean, I feel bad that we started it, but we couldn't finish mucking. But at the same time, it wasn't on the homeowner's top priority. So I feel bad, but at the same time, I shouldn't.
The most difficult part of the week was packing up. It was at the end of the day when they would say, hey, we got to get going. And, you know, we're working good, we're covered in sweat, we're muddy, we're nasty. And we have our vision in mind, hey, I want to get this room done, I want to get this drywall ripped out, I want to get this done. And they said, no, we got to get back. It was hard because we had to drive so far every day. I had to drive an hour there and an hour back. So that's 2 hours out of the day that, you know, I look back and I think, what could we have done with another 8 hours? You know, if we had those 2 hours each day just to keep hammering it out. And that was really hard when they said, it's time to go. You know, it's time to pack up. And you look at the room and you say, there's so much more work to do.
Best part of the week was just the fact that since we were all on the same crew, then we got to do everything together as a church. Like I said before, we usually get split up and mixed up with the other church that's there, and that wasn't the case this time. So we were able to work as a team, and that was really cool. That's not something we had done before through Next Step. And so to see this crew just be like, I'll do whatever you need me to do, and then work together as a group and get a whole lot of work done for a needy couple, that was awesome.
Just being able to help Pat and Skip with their house, and that how happy they were, and that Pat took a picture of me helping them out because I couldn't reach a certain hammer, so I climbed on like this kind of block to pull it out, and she took a picture that says it would remind her about us and that how we came and help her out. They complimented me quite a bit, and it just made me really happy, and they really pumped me up more and more every day, and they did that. So then I just worked better and just was so much better in my heart. And then it gave them hope too, so that made me just have so much joy.
Meeting Pat and Skip, they were really fun people, and they were kind of an inspiration to all of us because they had just lost a lot of stuff, and they were still saying, oh, I'm so blessed, and oh, we have it so good, and we're so thankful for everything, and that was just really cool.
Just seeing the smiles on their face whenever we finished a room or got done mucking the back porch, it was really cool just being able to help them out and see their faith in God and how they had huge smiles the whole time.
The best part of the week was probably the foot washing. It's always been my favorite part, but especially this year since we got to wash each other's feet as a group, it meant a lot more to me. And, I get to say things to people in my group that I wouldn't say under other circumstances.
Being able to see all the lives we impacted and being able to share the gospel with everybody at the ramp and just telling them who, if they didn't know who Jesus was, just talking to them about it and then praying for them.
The people in West Virginia, even though most of them had lost everything where we were, they were so generous. There were people handing out gift cards and food, and they were so generous.
That you should definitely go on a mission trip. Everybody says they're life-changing, and you always hear it, but it's true. You wouldn't think it to be that having that much of an impact, but it really does. And I would say everyone should go. Any opportunity.
One thing I have to tell you is that it feels good helping other people out, and that giving them more hope and more faith in God is just very beautiful.
What happened on Wednesday and Thursday?
The wood carver.
Oh!
This is way too sweet. Can you see my whole head?
Spiritual significance. I get it because there's ants in the pants. Significance.
Which I have two because you know me, I'm in food. The best part for food was the steak and cheese sandwiches with onion. That was fantastically good.
You realize this is being videoed.
Can we edit that part out?
Noah, go away.
Get to say things to other people, that I wouldn't say, Noah, go away.
Yep.
That's all.
Smile.
Psych. Yeah, that's pretty. That's it? Yeah. Okay.
Ready?
Happy I cried.
Very.
I hate you, Andy Schindler.
What was the... Thanks.
Can that make the cut?
That's going to be
That'd be awesome.
the last thing that's up there. Hate you.